Hey folks, buckle up. We're about to take a wild ride through the world of electric vehicles, or EVs, as the cool kids call them. It's a hot topic that's got everyone talking, from car bosses to everyday drivers. But here's the kicker: EVs have somehow become a political football, and it's throwing automakers for a loop. Now, before we dive in, I want to remind you to hit that subscribe button if you're enjoying the content. Your support helps keep this channel running smoothly, just like an EV on a full charge. All right, let's get back to business. Picture this: you're at a family barbecue, and your uncle starts ranting about Biden mobiles. Sound familiar? Well, you're not alone. It turns out whether you're Team EV or Team Gas is now as divisive as picking sides in a football game. The numbers don't lie, folks. Over the past decade, half of all new EVs found homes in the most Democrat leaning counties. That's right, blue states are going green. Meanwhile, only a tiny slice of Republicans are eyeing these battery powered beauties. It's like EVs have become the kale salad of the car world. Some folks can't get enough, while others run for the hills. But here's the million-dollar question: why? Well, it's a bit like trying to understand why some people love pineapple on pizza. It doesn't make sense, but here we are. Car bigwigs are scratching their heads too. Mary Barra, the boss lady at General Motors, is baffled. She thought picking a car was like choosing between chocolate and vanilla, not red and blue. And RJ Scaringe, the brains behind Rivian, is equally stumped. They're both singing the same tune. Hey, we're just giving you options, not forcing your hand. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, or should I say, the elephant in the garage. Some folks think EVs are part of a grand plan to outlaw good old gas guzzlers. It's like they believe there's a secret society of EV enthusiasts plotting world domination. Spoiler alert, there isn't, unless you count Elon Musk's Twitter feed, but that's a whole other can of worms. Speaking of cans of worms, let's open up the one labeled misinformation. It's like a game of telephone gone wrong. One person whispers, EVs are cool, and by the time it reaches the other end, it's somehow morphed into EVs will steal your job and your dog. Okay, maybe not that extreme, but you get the picture. Now, I know what you're thinking, but what about the jobs? Good question. Here's a fun fact: EV plants are popping up faster than daisies in spring. We're talking billions of dollars and thousands of jobs. It's like the gold rush, but with batteries instead of nuggets. But wait, there's more. Remember when we used to argue about Ford versus Chevy? Those were simpler times. Now we've got former President Trump spinning yarns about electric boats, sharks, and, well, let's just say it's more fiction than the latest Hollywood blockbuster. Here's the deal, folks. EVs aren't about picking sides. They're about picking a ride that works for you. Whether you're a tree-hugging hippie or a coal-rolling cowboy, there's probably an EV out there with your name on it. Or not. The point is, it's your choice. So, what's the takeaway from all this? Well, for starters, maybe we should all take a deep breath and remember that cars are meant to take us places, not divide us. And hey, if nothing else, at least EVs give us something new to argue about at Thanksgiving dinner. In all seriousness, though, the EV debate highlights a bigger issue in our society. We've gotten so used to picking sides that we're turning everything into a battle. But here's a thought: what if we focused on the facts instead of the factions? EVs are here to stay, folks. They're not perfect, but neither are gas cars. Remember carburetors? Yikes. The technology is improving faster than you can say range anxiety, and prices are dropping like leaves in fall. At the end of the day, whether you're Team EV or Team Gas, we're all just trying to get from point A to point B without breaking the bank or the planet. So maybe, just maybe, we can find some common ground on the road ahead. Until next time, keep your eyes on the road and your mind open. Who knows? Your next car might just surprise you. And hey, if nothing else, at least EVs are quieter. That means you can hear yourself think, and maybe, just maybe, you'll realize that the person in the next lane isn't so different from you after all. Drive safe, stay curious, and remember, the future is electric, whether we like it or not. So we might as well enjoy the ride.